Welcome once again to our commentary. It's Joe Volpe from Corriere Canadese on behalf of Go Live TV and Corcan Media Group for the comment of the day. And this time, it's about the machinations of Villa Charities, Inc. and its proposal to make some alterations. So you can just imagine, after a year and a half, we're now back where we started from. So here's the comment of the day. The never-ending saga of Villa Charities, Inc. Now, there used to be some shred of decency and altruism in the foundation stones of what is now called Villa Charities. Villa Colombo, the Columbus Center, its seniors' residences, the former social service agencies, all of them used to be the lighthouse, the paragon of imitation for other communities. Now, the most recent cadre of members of the respective boards and their chief administrative officials appear to be engaged in putting that reputation to rest. Now, their names and their games elicit comparisons to the sly, manipulative, and often malicious cast of characters conjured up in ancient Greek mythology. We could have a great story on every one of them. They remind everyone that the price of civility, like in democracy, is constant vigilance. The eminently forgettable former chair of Villa Charities in a presentation to the Toronto Catholic District School Board in answering a question on what would or should happen to Villa Colombo in the event that their VCI TCDSB, that's the proposal to create a cluster of condominiums at 901 Lawrence, otherwise known as the Columbus Center, were to succeed, what would happen? Well, his answer was, it is obsolete. We'll tear it down and replace it with townhouses. Well, first part of the plan didn't quite work out. The coven of self-hating Italian-Canadian businessmen and women who had taken over the Villa, the Columbus Center, their operational arm, this issue. They and their legal team of development and regulatory lawyers, including a member of the board of St. Michael's College School, yes, that one, a lawyer who works in the Ministry of Finance, and another who pompously introduced himself at North York Community Council meeting as Q Enable. Clearly not his real name, concocted a plan to transform a community asset into condominiums for private profit. The reimagined plan was highlighted by some questionable partnerships and tactics. Those included, as later revealed in documents made public, spreading disinformation and outright lying by individuals in a position of trust and by organizations whose raison d'etre is service and honesty. When, in the spring of 2018, the government of Ontario withdrew its $33 million share in a combined school community center especially struck to facilitate for the condominiumization of the quadrant known as 901 Lawrence, that plan fell apart. Its fate should have been sealed then or when the Toronto Preservation Board, instructed by City Council a year earlier in April of 2017 to provide an evaluation location, recommended in a 37-page report that the Columbus Center lands be added to the Registry of Heritage Sites. Toronto City Council unanimously adopted the motion in its final pre-election meeting in July. The members of the board of VCI, Columbus Center and Villa, had they been in any other type of business environment, would have done two honorable things: dismissed their CEO and then resigned. Their reputation, along with that of a once venerable institution in the community, and other communities, by the way, whatever is left of it, is in complete tatters. Now, even though they are not-for-profit charitable organizations, filings with Revenue Canada suggest that no one is willing to donate significant money to them any longer. Still, they are hanging on to yet another thread of hope for their commercial venture. The messaging rings with a certain familiar tune. Villa Colombo needs repairs and upgrading, $25 million they claim, No money. We need to build condos to generate the cash they maintain. Their CEO is still drawing a handsome salary. We wonder what he's doing. Villa Colombo is now primarily a chronic care center, and as such, it is completely funded by the government of Ontario. The board should be focusing on service, transparency, and accountability. The Premier's special advisor on health is the former president of Humber Region Hospital. The CEO of Villa is his former vice president of finance. Now, there has to be some synergies worth exploring. They could start by clearing the air and initiating a forensic audit of Villa Colombo and making it public. Instead, they've turned their attention to what they hope will be a Trojan horse contained in the Toronto Preservation Board report of 2018. It's a simple sentence that forms part of the introduction. And I quote, "The northern wing of Villa Colombo is also located on the property at 901 Lawrence Avenue West, but it has not been included in this heritage evaluation." End of quote. So Toronto City Council is being asked to consider the applications for development on that site. Council would be wise to send the applicants packing. Joe Volpe, I'm with Corriere Canadese Media Group, thanking you for listening, inviting you to stay tuned for our commentary in Italian, and then subsequent to that, with an interview, a live interview, with former Minister of Education, Mitzi Hunter. Stay tuned.
Advocating on behalf of the trades workers and their employers is something we have been doing for over 40 years, being responsible for the landing of thousands of workers in Canada. Our team is committed